I'm not on yet. I don't think. Am I on? It looks like I am on. All right, cool.
We'll give a few, see if anyone joins in.
All right. Well, hello everyone. I'm Fox 11 meteorologist Audrey Leigh. I am out here in the east side of Green Bay, kind of right by the East Town Mall, and we're in our storm chaser currently and looking at kind of road conditions and what's going on currently. So far we've seen here just in Green Bay right around 2.5 inches of snow. Now keep in mind it's been snowing since mid-morning, late morning today, and we're actually still going to see snow accumulations heading into this evening and tonight. So we're not done with snow accumulations. That's going to continue through tonight, and the road conditions later tonight actually could be worse with maybe a little bit of lake effect of snow. So we're actually going to take a look at road conditions right now, if I can get that kind of working here real quickly. So give me just a second. The button's been a little bit finicky, but what we're looking at is with Winter Storm Asher. It's bringing in some lake effect snowband closer to the lake shores, and I'd say we're still within range here in Brown County to see anywhere in total of 4 to 6 inches, maybe 7 inches at most in some parts of Brown County. Lakeshore areas could see upwards to 8 inches of a snowfall. So we're still trying to switch that road camera currently, but keep that in mind as we head into this evening. Now we're looking at the roads. So what we're on right now is Mason Street. Again, this is the east side of town. So Mason Street currently, the roads are plowed, but they are definitely slick. So everyone's going under the speed limit, and that's just kind of what you have to do when we handle storm systems like this. So we're currently at a stoplight right now. We're seeing mostly residential streets snow covered. In terms of highway conditions, I would say they're plowed, but as it continues to snow, they're getting recovered. It's a little hard to see some lanes on the highways, in addition to some of the side streets off of the highways within the Green Bay metro area. So causing a little bit of traffic delays. Again, everyone's going slower. It is slick out. It's not so icy. I would say the snow is more slushy rather than the powdery fluffy type of snow. With our temperatures a little bit closer to 30 degrees or so, you kind of get more of that wet type of snow. So again, a little bit more slushy. Right now, still seeing snow accumulating, so we're going to be seeing upwards to about 4 to 7 inches of snowfall. I definitely think Brown County is going to fall within that 4, 5, maybe 6-inch snowfall range for Green Bay area. So we're not done accumulating snowfalls. Right now, it's kind of going to start picking up here, I'd say, in the next few hours, especially towards the lakeshore areas. And again, as I said earlier, those areas along the lake shores, we're talking about Sturgeon Bay, Two Rivers, Manitowoc, Kewaunee, Algoma, all going to be seeing upwards to about 8 inches of snow totals. Some areas, National Weather Service has indicated maybe 10 inches. I'm thinking here at Fox 11, we're going to be seeing upwards to 8 inches of snow along the lakeshore areas. So if you're just now joining us here on YouTube and Facebook Live, again, we're on the east side of town. We were originally at the east side, East Town Mall area. We're currently on Mason Street, between Mason Street and Bellevue. You can see the traffic. Everyone's kind of getting home from work now, and roadways are definitely a little bit slick. Snow covered in mostly residential streets that have not been treated since earlier today. I know my street is still quite snow covered, so if you're just getting home from work soon, you might want to start shoveling some of the snow off your driveway, or even tomorrow. We're looking at snow continuing through later tonight, with that winter storm warning ending right around 3 o'clock. That's issued by the National Weather Service. That's going to end right around 3 o'clock. So I would say road conditions tomorrow morning, when you're waking up 6, 7, 8 o'clock, getting out the door, could still be a little slippery, but with the road crews working overnight, they should definitely improve. So the worst of it's going to be what we're currently seeing right now. And if you got to travel late tonight, if you're an overnight worker heading into work later tonight, especially with some lake effect snow, that's where we're going to see kind of the worst of the areas with that. So Again, if you're just now joining us, east side of town, Mason Street, still driving in our storm chaser, seeing some of these road conditions. So getting a live look at that and kind of all the traffic out here. If you're just now joining us, we are driving on Mason Street in our storm chaser, checking out roads here on the east side of town. We're headed kind of back to the Lambeau Town area this evening. So roads right now, I would say more slick, a little snow covered. I would say more for residential streets. The main roadways definitely have been plowed. They've been plowed more than once, even salted, but keep in mind, it is still snowing, so we're going to continue to see snow accumulations. Right now, here in Green Bay, measured about 2.5 inches of snowfall, and I know you're probably thinking, well, that's not a whole lot. And if this was the total amount of snowfall, yes, that would not necessarily be a whole lot, but we're still going to be accumulating snowfall heading into this evening and tonight. So far, snowfall totals are about 2.5 inches right here in Brown County, Green Bay area. But we're going to accumulate another 2 to 3 inches of snowfall. That should put us right around a 4 to 5 inch range. Maybe some isolated spots could see 6 inches of snowfall. For generally the whole metro area of Green Bay and parts of northeast Wisconsin, the range was within between 4 to 7 inches. So still looking at that range for snowfall totals. I would say if you're closer to Lake Michigan, those areas are going to see the upwards to 7 to 8 inches of snowfall. So that's kind of what we're looking at with that system. So keep in mind, it is still snowing. It's been snowing since mid to late morning hours. We're going to continue to see snow through this evening, through early tomorrow morning. So if you're headed out tomorrow morning for that morning commute, I expect roads to be better than what they are this evening. That's because the plows are still out. They're trying to treat the roads, and once we get into the overnight hours and less people are driving, those plows are going to have more opportunities to kind of clear those roadways. So tomorrow morning could still be slippery, but maybe not quite as slick and snow covered as what we're seeing this evening. So right now, again, on Mason Street, we're headed right over downtown Green Bay, currently about to pass the Ashland Avenue exit, and we're seeing the roads. They are treated, but you may not see quite well on this camera, but they are slick. The snow is slushy. People are driving under the speed limit. We're going about 35 miles per hour currently, and that's right around the speed limit here off of this bridge here. But most people, when you encounter some of those rougher areas where the plows have not been treated, we're fishtailing, we're sliding on the roads, and other people are as well. So even on the highways, I've seen people driving well under the speed limit because of reduced visibilities and just in general those road conditions and what they look like. I'm taking a look live on our comments right now on this Facebook Live, and Pauline, asked, is it done snowing? Roads are not good. Not done snowing, unfortunately. It's actually going to continue to snow through this evening, tonight, and we have that winter storm warning in effect until 3 a.m. Friday morning. So we're going to continue to see snow, and I would actually say the worst of it is going to be this evening. So if you got home and you're like, well, that wasn't as much snow, we're still getting snow. It's still accumulating. Good news is the plows have been out all day trying to treat the roads. So if they haven't had the opportunity to treat the roads, that's where you're going to see those road conditions definitely much worse. And that's where you're going to definitely see upwards to 2 to 3 inches of snowfall currently right now. But once we get into tonight, again, adding another 2-3 inches of snowfall to that, that could push us right around that 4 to 7 inch snowfall range, depending on your location. Towards the lakeshore area is going to continue to see snow, lake enhanced snow for tonight. That's where they're going to actually accumulate upwards to that, closer to that 7, maybe 8 inches of a snowfall. So that's where it's actually really going to be a lot worse in those areas along the lakeshore. That's talking about Kewaunee, even Sturgeon Bay. We're looking at Door County, Sheboygan, Manitowoc, Two Rivers, all going to be seeing along the lakeshore heavier amounts of snow. We're still getting snow accumulations here in Green Bay currently, and that should continue through the nighttime hours. Pauline also just commented saying, I did 20 miles an hour today from Mason Street east side, and that's actually where we were today, and that's approximately exactly what we were doing in terms of the speed limit. Even on the highways, the speed limit on the 172 about 55, we were going about 40 miles per hour. Even when we got on the 43, Interstate 43 in north, the speed limits are right around 70 miles per hour, and we were going under that. That's just because the highways were slippery, and also looking at just reduced visibilities as well with that. Again, east side of town, we're headed, we are actually on the west side of town now, on Mason Street. We're headed back towards Titletown area. You can see here, we're about to pass, I believe it is Notre Dame Academy High School here. The roads are slicks, getting snow covered. They have been treated, but as it continues to snow, those snow plows are going to try to keep up. So I'm going to wrap up this Facebook Live here in just a bit. Just a reminder, if you need to travel outside, just be careful, take it slow, get off your phone, and pay attention to the roads, because we want to make sure everyone stays safe this evening and through tonight. So just keep that in mind.
We'll swing past Lambeau. We'll swing past Lambeau.
Okay, we're actually going to stay on just a little bit to see Lambeau and just that area of what Titletown kind of looks like. We're in the neighborhood right before Lambeau, just south of Mason Street. So that's kind of where we're at right now. You can see these residential streets are actually, they have been plowed, but they're more snow covered than what the main roadways look like. I'm going to go back on the live and see some of the comments. Okay, we're approaching Lambeau Field right now, pretty close to it. Again, residential streets, they've been plowed, but not plowed recently, because you can see, we can't even see the road markings right now. You can see up ahead, there's a car in front of us kicking back some of the snow, and we're seeing the tire tracks from that, so you can see some of the blacktop as tire tracks go over to snow. But then we're looking at more snow-covered roadways on those residential side streets. Otherwise, main roadways definitely looking a little better. The highways, they've been plowing all day today. Even all the villages, the metro areas, they've been doing that as well. But as it continues to snow, they're going to be kind of out all night doing that. So if you need to travel outside this evening for tonight, make sure you pay attention to the roads, get off your phone, drive slow, and also give those snow plows 200 feet of room on the roadway. So if you're behind one as they're plowing, you know, great, they cleared a road for you, but you still need to give them at least 200 feet. That is state statute ordinance with that. So that is just the law. Make sure you do that, and also just to keep you safe so they don't kick back a bunch of snow against you, and so those snow plows could also see you. Again, approaching Lambeau Field right now. We're trying to head back to the station here, and car in front of us driving slow, as you should. The roads are a little bit more snow covered in the residential streets. Got quite a bit of traffic out this evening as a lot of people getting home from work and trying to get home just for the evening in time for dinner. Okay, as you can see up ahead, we're approaching Lambeau Field. We're going to get on Lombardy here pretty soon so we can see some of the main roadways and what they look like here. But the residential streets, they've been plowed, but they definitely need a second run through as we head into this evening, even later tonight. We just got stuck at the light here. Right along South Ridge Street and Lombardy. We're right in Titletown, looking right by Lambeau Field. You can see that on our left, and you got Hinterland Brewery right here on our right. We're going to turn onto Lombardy here once the light turns green, but intersections you can actually see right ahead. They've been plowed, but snow covered again as people continue to drive, and this is pretty much what's going to look like for the rest of the night. So keep in mind, snow accumulations on the roads where they've been plowed, it may look less, but you got to measure areas that have not been plowed, such as your sidewalks or even the grassy surfaces. We're measuring about 2.5 inches. I measured about an hour ago on the east side of town. So could have accumulated about another 1/2 inch in that time period. We're going to continue to accumulate snow as we head into tonight. So again, looking at that snowfall range, still within that 4 to 6 inch snowfall range, maybe upwards to 7 inches, especially along the lakeshore areas, because lake enhanced snow will arrive tonight. So going to be ending this live very shortly. Again, turning onto Lombardy right now. You can see the roads have been plowed. It is definitely slick, so keep in mind this is pretty much what's going to look like all night. If you need to drive, give those snowplows distance and definitely take it slow. Get off your phone and pay attention to the road.